it's whatever you want to make it,
Yeah.
whatever weapon you want, how you want to do it on the ground, in a saddle, on public, on private. And I feel like it's constantly evolving for people too. Like something I found, I remember getting a leases a few years ago, and I'm like, man, I just like to shoot a nice mature buck every year. And now it's like, do that for a couple years, and you're like, well, now I want to go shoot a big buck on public, or now I want to go do this and then it's
Yeah.
constantly evolving. And like going back to the influencer sphere, you see people that just want to shoot a big buck for the sake of shooting a big buck. It's like, why do you want to shoot one of those? Now I want to shoot the biggest, heaviest one I can, and that's maybe that's just an inherent in us. But yeah, I really like how it is. You can totally make it what you want.
Yeah, and I should probably clarify when we put these, I call them unnecessary pressures, like that, your example right there, like I think that's awesome. I think if you want to put stipulations on yourself or, just set different bars for yourself, I think that's awesome. As long as you're not doing it because of some other factor. Like I need to kill a 150 this year. Otherwise, my buddies aren't going to think I'm a good hunter. Like, those to me are the unnecessary pressures,
I don't think he's a
or I
good
have to
hunter
kill.
anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, or I have to kill. Otherwise, I can't go another season not filling a tag. Like I didn't fill one last year. I got that type of stuff is like, to me, that's where the joy of hunting gets robbed. But if you're challenging yourself, I think that's an awesome spot to be.
Yeah, that reminded me, Jacob, when we were in Kansas, and we went to Kansas. We were hunting public land, and we drew out. This was like our first year drawing in Kansas. It was 2 years ago. We went up there. We're like, all right, 140 or bust, and we had this on
Well, we had
public.
that Kansas mentality going.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You go on YouTube, and then especially after you go check it out, like during the summer and all that, you see this weehaw or this public piece and has standing beans. You're like, I'm able to hunt this,
Yeah,
and then you're like, dude, I'm going to shoot a 140, no problem. And
Yeah,
I was mistaken, but
we went up there and
yeah,
we passed like multiple 120s, and I was sitting there in mid-November, like last time I was going to be in Kansas, like, damn, those would have made me pretty happy about right now. Like I was,
yeah.
and
yeah,
they at the time I would have been happy with them too, but I was like, oh, I'm in Kansas, I can't do that. That'd be wrong. No, we never
yeah,
saw a buck better than either of those bucks. We should have shot them both.
yeah. No, I think that's awesome. It's more fun too when you can do it with buddies and kind of have that atmosphere. But I think it all evolves, like you said, the evolution of bow hunting and our experiences and how we challenge ourselves. And it's not unlike other things. A guy that does triathlons or something. He the finishes his goal is just to finish one. And then his goal is to finish one under a certain time. That's I think that's a good spot to be in bow hunting. Like it's a good way to stay in it long term for sure.